Hmm.
Howdy.
What up, dog?
What do I make my title?
Your title?
Yeah,
Um.
I was streaming Fallout 4 before, but now I'm transitioning to this, so I need new title.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me think. 1 second. Hmm. Hmm. Hold on. Let me think for a second.
That- That's a pretty good title.
Hmm.
That might be the title of the video. Let me think for a second.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, I'm waiting for PUBG to actually get into the lobby, but I might have to hit escape again and refresh it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think you already got the title. Let me think first. Your lobby is open then? Like I can
Uh.
join or
No, I'm coming.
oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of a name for you.
This is this is what I do to anybody I stream with. I ask them what to name it because like if someone else asks me to play something, usually I ask them if they have a title. Yep, had to restart the lobby.
Hmm.
There we go. Now the game's capturing it at least.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You should name it. What do you call a great chicken? Impeccable.
Oh, okay.
And then let's go for some chicken dinners. PUBG. Or whatever. Start with PUBG if you want.
What do you call a what?
Well, start just right. PUBG. Let's get them chicken dinners. And then what do you call a great chicken? Impeccable.
Okay. Let me see if I can
Just
get.
do PUBG. How long can it be? Can it not be that long?
Oh, it can be 140
Okay.
letters and
So
spaces.
So just write PUBG real big.
Yep.
Exclamation point. Space.
Yep.
Let's get some chicken dinners! Exclamation point. And then space. What do you call a great chicken? Question mark. And the answer is impeccable. IM-PECK-ABLE.
Get some chicken dinners. What do you call?
Unless you want to do something like why didn't the chicken go to KFC? It wasn't on her bucket list.
It wasn't.
Chicken jokes, dude.
We gotta get the. What do you call a
Hold on. Great chicken?
great chicken? Oh,
Impeccable.
a great chicken. This is a really good. This title is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a ... if someone sees it on Twitch. I'm doing impeccable in all caps.
There you go.
Impeccable. Yeah, impeccable. Like IMPECK, like peck, able.
Or what do chicken philosophers think about the meaning of existence?
Oh boy. Now that's what I'm talking about. Those are the kind of jokes I'm looking for.
You want that one instead? Use that one instead.
Uh,
Just delete the other one and just do what do chicken philosophers think about? Question mark. The meaning of egg existence.
I need to like put all of these in the title. I wish my title could just be 1,000 characters. What? This is good, because this is like... This is actually going... This is like... I'm already streaming, so... This is already part of all of this. Jeez. There we go, philosophers. What do you think chicken philosophers think about?
I don't think that's how it was worded.
I don't know. What do chicken philosophers think about? There we go. I don't know. I can't do another one. I don't think this is the last.
That's right.
It doesn't even fit.
It doesn't?
No. I still have the other one in there. I was just gonna keep putting more and more jokes in the title. Oh.
What do chicken philosophers think about? The meaning of existence.
I think it's because, like, philosophers, that word is just like... Oh, the amount of letters in philosophers.
What do chickens call it when you crack an egg? An execution.
An execution. Okay, that... What do chickens call it?
What do chickens call it when you crack an egg? An execution.
That one will fit. That one will fit.
Okay, there you go. Alright, let's rip it. Join, dog.
I'm still typing all of this. God damn it! You gave me too much. Oh, it fits, but it doesn't have... I don't have ending punctuation for it, so... Whatever. It fits. I don't care.
Cool.
No period. There, it's literally the full title. I can't type anything more.
Cool.
Okay. Except, there we go.
Nice. Very nice, dude.
Oh, I got different shoes on. Those weren't the kind of shoes I was looking for. Oh wait, no, it shows it like I did, but I don't. Okay. Ready. Get ready. Game in an instant.
Is Twitch gonna email me?
Twitch gonna email you.
Yeah, they email me when you go online for some reason.
Email?
Yeah, I get an email about it. like, hey, Rendon's online. You know?
Email?
I swear to God.
That's a Twitch setting. I think you
it might not have happened now because you didn't actually restart it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's the same stream, so it'll just continue.
Right.
Email.
Yeah, they fucking email me. That's how I know usually.
Getting all those emails. Which is just your long-lost friend trying to contact you after many years of not being in contact. Emailing you. Twitch wants to know your location. What's our location?
Our location?
Yeah.
Here?
I don't even see it. Oh, now I do. Oh, wait, I don't see it on the map, though. There it is.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's slap some chickens.
Slap some chickens. Let's cook some chickens.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I'm hungry.
Hungry. But how hungry are you? How many chickens?
Ooh, guy right next to me. Guy right next to me. Team coming. Team coming.
I think
Well,
I think they're starving.
oh, there's two teams. Two teams. Two teams. Two teams.
Two teams. Now we'll be okay. We're good. Don't worry. Oh, one landed right behind me. Gun. I got the gun.
Shit, I'm down.
Oh,
Foot.
Oh no. Where'd they go?
They're inside both too.
I'm dead.
Oh yeah. That was a good start.
That was yeah, that's pretty good.
I got damage, I think, but I got raided by two peeps.
I did not. I got I got shot in transit to your location.
Damn. Oh.
Estimated time 8 seconds. Oh, there we go. It was 9 seconds. How dare they lie to us?
Ooh. Dude, the 4090 is so big.
It's like I think it's like 3.5 slots minimum for
Bro,
depending
it's
on the
so
brand.
fucking big. It's like it almost makes me want to just get one that's water cooled, so it's not as big.
That makes me. I think that would make me want to get two 1-slot cards.
Crazy.
And just SLI them.
I mean, SLI is not really a thing anymore though, because cards are so good.
I mean, well, can you even? So there's not any cards you can do that with anymore, or can you still?
The only one that you could was a 3090.
Hmm.
Nothing below it.
How many? So a 3090 just takes up 2 slots, right? Well, like two
No.
covers in the back.
Yeah, but it's thicker than that. It was pretty thick. I had one, but it didn't do much better than the card I have now, so I sold it for freaking $2,700.
What do you have now?
3080 Ti.
Okay.
That I bought for like $1,600, but now you can buy them for like $9 or $8, maybe even.
Yeah.
But either way, I bought the 3090 for like $2,200 and I sold it for $27. So
Yeah. So you still made
it was a good deal.
a few hundred off of it.
And then got a cheaper card, so I'm still like I'm in the green, you know.
Your investment has paid off.
Yeah.
Here you go. Sosnovka. There we go.
We're going. We know. We already know we're going. But let's go here
Okay.
and here.
Okay.
You can hit this side.
Okay.
I'll hit this side. You actually have more loot. Start back here though, so that way you work your way forward to the bridge.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'll help you loot the end 2 buildings if you're not there in time.
All right.
You jumped way early.
No.
Dude.
No. I'm okay. Don't worry. Yeah, no. I thought it was earlier than that. Just gotta go to the lighthouse.
What?
Just gotta go to the lighthouse. You know,
Oh,
do
boy.
you remember last time when the one person was sitting up there?
Mm-hmm.
When we were trying to...
There's a guy over there now. They're going to it now. Looking. Yeah, they're going that way. Dude, look at military's got like 15 teams. That's good for us. As long as the zone plays our game. That's the only thing that'll screw us here.
I did not witness said teams drop.
Mm,
I think I was just so far away from the
yeah.
drop zone that I wasn't able to see him.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll get there
Yeah.
eventually.
Mm-hmm. Some year you'll be here.
Some year. Wouldn't that be great if a PUBG match lasted a year? Ow. I injured myself trying to land on the water tower.
Damn.
PUBG match for a year? How fun would that be?
I don't know.
This makes me think of like H1Z1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just the just survive the regular game
I need a helmet.
helmet.
Oh, you didn't start at your mark, did you?
No.
Yo, perfect zone setup. We are gonna have at least 3 cars coming over the bridge in about 2 minutes. We got to get up there.
2 minutes.
Yep.
I don't even have an.
We got to get up there.
I didn't even have an automatic gun, and my
Well,
health is
hurry up,
low
hurry up,
now
hurry up.
too.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Oh, I
Hurry
thought I
up!
was gonna take more damage because I jumped off the top of a building.
I got a little bit of meds for you if you need. Probably. Fucking helmet.
I got bandages I'll use and
No helmets.
a boost. No helmets. Not at all? Like not even a level
No.
1?
Alright, we got a vehicle. We're gonna take it. I'm gonna go to your mark quick. What do you need still?
Probably meds, question mark?
I have that for you.
Okay. More 5.56.
I did not have that for you, but there's some in the other building and we need it bad enough.
I have a magazine.
Alright, it's
That
on the
makes sense.
balcony of this building.
Oh, I just found some. I think I'm
Okay.
gonna be okay.
Sure.
And I just found some more
God damn, there's no helmet!
up here.
You found one?
Yeah. I marked it. Go. I think I might be okay on meds.
Okay,
So
good. Come on. Come on. Was this level 1 helmet?
there's a level 2 on mine.
Oh, it's a level 2?
Yeah.
That means I gotta go for it. I'm just like, the time, dude. Like, they should be on top of us. It's on the roof?
Yeah, it's on the roof.
Got it.
I mean, it is a level 2,
Alright.
but it is all the way up
Get
there.
ready for pickup.
Ready for pickup.
You ready?
You got a car?
Yes.
Okay, I'm running towards you. Hi.
Hey.
Beep beep. Do you have any sights and stuff?
Yeah, 6 times.
Okay. What sniper?
Car.
Okay. I have a 4 in a car.
Remember, there could be guys at the other end. We need to check that lighthouse first, I guess.
Oh, we're going for the lighthouse. Here comes the zone. We got 5 minutes.
There they are. Are you okay?
I took one hit, but I'm not below half, so. And I got a boost on. Get another one going. Before I go fight. You know where they are?
Hit one. This window.
Window. Oh, I am
He's behind the stairs now. I can't hit him. Right here.
Looking at trees. I do not see them. Oh, I see them now.
Went downstairs.
One's still up top. My mark's like not. Third window up top.
Seen him. Seen him.
Behind the trees. My view.
Car coming. God damn it. They're ruining our freaking...
Our position.
Yeah. All right.
Are we
Well,
taking the car again?
it's so foggy now. But yeah. I want to go back to the bridge. Let's go.
Okay.
Rip. Rest in peace, baby.
Woo! You want to go back this way towards the zone?
Mm-hmm. I want to get these people coming in, dude.
Okay.
So foggy. Check left side, whatever's.
Oh.
Yeah, the side you're on. Check the walkways. Not that we can see anything.
No, it's a very clear view right now. What's this nonsense about fog? Real clear.
Watch behind you every now and then too, because remember those guys are still maybe back there. I hit them a couple times, so maybe they're scared now, but I don't know. I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, I don't see anyone. I'm gonna go down and collect some bandages.
Zone?
Yep.
Make sure you boost up good.
Yep. Doing a boost.
Somebody has to come, dude. There's too many people at that spot for somebody not to come this way.
I don't know. Are there any other bridges across? Yeah, there is. There's one
There's
that
one,
goes
yeah.
the other way.
I'm telling you, with the amount of people, it's impossible. This is impossible.
Impossible. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Do not see anyone on this walkway.
Yeah,
And
see, I don't hear.
I looked straight down the center of the bridge too, and didn't see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anyone else behind us. Uh,
Well,
2 times rip.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we can start rolling. Oh well. Oh well.
Oh well. Just take a look out the window at the nice view. View of the trees. Oh, there was a motorcycle back there.
Yeah, it was a dirt bike. If it was a regular motorcycle, I would have took it.
What the heck? You don't want
Because
the
we're
dirt
gonna
bike?
run out. We're gonna run out of gas. Dirt bike, we don't both fit on it.
Oh, it doesn't have two-seat compatibility.
Exactly. Exactly.
What the heck?
This is a death. This is death right here.
This is
You ready?
death.
Yeah, we're going right through Pachinki like this?
Nah, we're okay. See, we're fine. We're at the end. See, we're good.
Nice.
We're alright.
Switch vehicles?
I have half health.
Why?
Because, zone.
Well, boost up.
Bandage time. Oh, I don't have any more now.
Mm.
I had two, and then I used it for the zone. We'll be coming over the mountain when we go. Oh!
Guys up the mountain.
Up.
I heard shots. To the left and up, I think.
Scoping it out. I don't see anyone yet. Woo! Doing some sick jumps.
Is that a package? Do I see a package?
Where at?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
It looks like it's gonna
Ooh.
land in the water though. Whoa!
Oh!
Shit, man!
Oh!
Shit! Are you down?
No, I'm not down,
Alright,
but I have
stay.
one shot.
I got you. Alright, we're
I'm
gonna
healing. I'm healing. No, I'm not.
Get out, and heal quick. You should be far enough away from that.
I'm healing. Oh, no, I'm not. I didn't expect that.
Heal.
I'm healing. Oh, no, I'm not, because of the slope I'm on right now. I'm like bouncing.
Here. I'm dropping you a adrenaline syringe. Right here.
Oh,
Come take this.
okay. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try.
I'm going back towards these people.
Should I use it? Oh,
Use it right away.
it will boost me to 100 instantly, though.
Yeah, good.
I'm already. I don't have any boosts, but I'm like almost.
Yeah, just use
healed.
it.
Just okay. I didn't know, cause like
Just use it.
that seems like.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it's a boost. I thought it was boosting the health
Yes.
to 100.
Boost.
Okay, if it boosts
Boost.
100 to health, like I was like, oh, why would I use it
No,
now?
it's just a boost.
You know,
It's just a boost, man.
it's the boost.
Trying to find these dudes. Oh, I see them. They're on top of the building. They see me. Down one. On this mark.
I'm trying to get up.
I'm gonna go put a C4 on them. Come on. Oh.
Okay. I'm behind you.
I'm just gonna do it on my own. Just keep watching the building. Shit! Keep watching the building.
I don't see him.
There's another team behind you. Careful.
I'm shot.
You're dead?
No. No. Not dead. I hit them once on top. Oh, I'm getting hit by people from... Yep, behind.
I'm coming back to you.
Oh, I'm dead.
They're gonna be... Oh.
I got killed by Helen Keller 14. Oh! Explosion.
Where'd they go?
You didn't kill them?
They're dead.
I was about to say, are they dead?
I did get a kill, but... I thought I only got a kill somewhere else. Did I get a kill somewhere else? Maybe not.
I think they killed themselves.
You know what? I think you're right. I think they threw one too. And then mine blew up right after theirs. You are right. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, no, it says in the log that someone killed himself with a C4, so...
Yeah, and I heard another beeping that wasn't mine.
Oh, okay.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. To end the match quicker? For some reason?
So confused. Okay. I'll take it. I will take it, brother. I'm level 3'd up. P90? Fuck yeah, baby!
E90. 200 bullets.
Crazy.
Maybe they got the drop
What
that you were
the
looking at or something.
Heck did they do, man? They really screwed up.
They had C4 and P90.
They really screwed up, dude.
No. It was all a calculated move. It was to make you think that you're gonna be confident in your abilities this game, only for, you know, something to happen.
Weird.
They can tell. They can tell. They have like they can see into the future. They're psychic. They know what happens.
Out there, but I can't see him. Foggy.
Can't be talking about this nonsense again. It's clear
Dude,
out there.
Can you see anything out there?
Yeah, I can see everything.
Whoa. Did he shoot at me?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, he said.
Oh.
There they are. Two of them.
You waiting to see if they take cover.
Yeah, wait to see if they stop again. You remember who they were?
To the right more. They were behind that tree.
Down one. That tree, right?
I think no. The
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, okay. The body despawned.
Why'd I only get it down there? Was there just a different dead body from a different team there, or
I think it was a different
or
team.
did he have self-revive?
No, I think it was a different team that had a body there.
Down again?
The other teammate might be up, still behind the tree.
Hit him?
You gotta have hit sounds. Where the heck's the hit sounds in this
Zone
game?
4. They're in trouble. They're in trouble over there, huh?
You're not in the zone though either.
I know. That's gonna move fast.
Comes.
Oh
Ooh.
shit! No.
Uh-oh. Just drive into the water like last time. Oh no. Woo! Uh-oh. Oh. Just do some laps. You took out your wheel, your tire. Oh.
Jesus.
Did you die on jumping out?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They actually hit me. They got my wheel. I couldn't control it.
Yeah. Tire was popped. Your chicken was cooked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 568 damage, 1 kill. That was so dumb. They just keep raising each other, you know.
Revive.
Revive.
Oh boy, I got another key, but I don't have enough credits to buy more crates.
Mm.
I have like 12 or 13 keys, but I don't have credits to buy crates. Because the events and challenges keep giving me more keys. Like, I want to open more crates game, but unfortunately you're not giving me credits. You're giving me keys. I can buy keys with credits, you know?
Yep.
Oh. There's another Destin frog here. I have to go say hi. If only they let you voice chat before the game actually started, but they don't. It's like a minute.
For real. Because everybody's talking too much shit.
I've seen videos of what the plane is like before dropping. When it used to be, you know, open mic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not open mic, but you know, you can talk the whole time.
Yeah. Proximity chat.
Yeah.
But not restricted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. Right next to the line.
Yeah, boy.
Icy drop.
Yeah, it should be.
We just gotta go lab again.
Yeah. People with us? One team only, it looks like. Go for my mark. Stick my mark hard.
Yep, going for it. The other person's dropping
Yep. It's alright.
on it. They dropped in front of it too. Oh, I fell behind the wall next to the building. If you see him, I have a shotgun.
shit! I'm in trouble.
Okay, speaking
I'm in
of.
trouble. Jesus
Speaking
fuck.
of. I'm coming.
Two of them.
Oh,
One's got a short barrel.
I'm dead.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the other guy
Shotgun.
got me. I was chasing his boy, and I would have had him, but
They had shotguns too.
yep. I didn't see the other guy coming.
Where's the button to charge at him, knock him over?
Yeah.
Where's the melee strategies at?
Yep.
Press X to tackle. Oh, I heard them kicking the ball already. I hear the car. And I hear the feet. But I do not see the game. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Beep beep.
Here
Here we go.
Want to do car 98 spot or power grid?
Let's go graveyard.
Okay.
Okay. Which building?
Both.
Both. I'll see if my grave's in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
How many people? None?
None, probably. Nobody goes here.
Oh. I would think there'd be more since it's on the line too.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I think the places that I intentionally drop to like get killed basically do not get me killed for some reason.
Mm.
I've dropped the lab before and there was like maybe, well, the one time there wasn't anybody like there, and then there was like 2 people there, but not as many as I'd expect, you know?
Right.
There's
Yep,
backpacks
yep.
and stuff over here.
Okay.
Got any?
I'm good. I'm back. What do I want? You need a 3 times?
I have a VSS.
Okay.
I guess I could use it on the scar if I don't find like a regular red dot or anything.
Right.
Door outside.
Huh?
Oh, I just walked outside the building and I was like, oh, that's not a loot spot.
Oh, shit.
I overestimated the size of the building.
People gotta come to us, so.
Do you need 556 or anything?
Nah.
Okay, there's like a
I'm gooch.
couple where I'm at.
I'm gooch, dude.
Because I already have like 200 and something.
Yeah, I got 400 at the moment.
400.
Yeah.
But you have like duplicate guns or something?
Yeah, I'm using both 5.5s.
There's a car 98 over here with a 7.62 next to it.
I'll stay away this round, I guess.
Oh, you're staying away from the car 98. Come on, but it's too alluring. It's too good.
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
Picking it up
Take it.
over the VSS.
Yes, I would be smart.
Where's the 3 times?
Nigga, drop that, nigga.
You dropped it. Here it is. I
Yeah,
found it.
you found another one probably, not the one I dropped.
Yeah.
I was just about to say they're a dime a dozen, you know?
Dime a dozen.
They everywhere, dog.
No. They gotta put 3 times on every loot spot.
Yeah.
They're so uncommon.
Yeah. So uncommon. I dropped a little bit of 5.5. I don't need all that. People are going to be pushing into us, though, in about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Red dot over here if you need it still.
3 minutes, not shrub seconds.
Not shrub seconds, 3 minutes.
Okay. Gotta keep the jokes coming.
Yeah.
The real high quality ones, of course.
I guess 180 shrub seconds.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh my god, you scared me.
Did you see me through the window?
I heard you.
Oh. Thought you saw me running at you. 'Cause I was
Okay.
coming up to one of them.
Oh wait, they don't gotta come to us from there. They gotta come to us from south.
You want a smoke grenade?
I'm good. I got 3,
Oh,
4, actually.
I was gonna trade it for bandages.
There's bandages out everywhere.
I think I'll just drop them 5.56. So I can pick up bandages.
Alright, well. Well. Let's go up the high ground, 95.
95.
Towards those shots.
Towards the shots. We gotta get them. You want any stun grenades?
Nah. I just never. I mean, I know they're very useful, but I never
Never used them.
got into the skill of using them. I should, because they get me all the fucking time. Like, I know how bad they can be.
What do you mean? They really help your vision. They're quite good.
Yeah.
Those
They're not
shots?
far. Yeah, they're like over there somewhere. I just don't know where yet. Dude.
I think I just saw someone to the right of the building.
Mark, if you see him for sure.
I do not see them now, but
Oh, I see them.
did.
They're right below my mark. I was correct. I was right.
Right below.
Yep, right below my mark on the ground level, going below the rafter things.
Gonna try to get up to higher
I'm
ground.
gonna go closer to them because they're in a fight right now, so they have no idea we're about to peer on them. You know.
Okay, well then I'm gonna follow you. I was just gonna get up higher, but then
Yeah, I moved.
if something happens,
Thanks.
we gotta work together.
That'd be the way to do it, brother. All right, I'm close to him now. There's smoke out in front of me.
Smoke.
Yep, I see him. He's healing. Shit, I should have shot him.
Do you want to try to push them, or?
Not yet. Not yet. Hold on. We're waiting here. Oh, maybe yes.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, I like when they're shooting. When I hear shooting, I push.
As long as they're not shooting us.
Correct.
There's a 6x over here.
Ooh, I want it.
I took it, so if you... Oh,
Yeah, I'll
but
trade you anytime.
I don't have space.
Put it on your gun for now. I'll trade you for a 4.
Okay.
They're just in front of us, like right over here.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm behind you, so just in case someone was being sneaky beaky and doing a cheeky move. Was there anybody in the building?
Got quiet all of a sudden.
Was there anyone in this building?
I don't think so. I never got to locate the other team. Oh wait, I see a guy. I think. No, I don't. What the hell?
The
Where
heck?
did they go?
They took a break.
Did they?
Going up. I'm gonna watch below you.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, man.
They might... Did they move on, or?
I don't know where they would have moved to. I mean,
They
they were in the middle of fighting. Where the hell could they have went?
The center of the circle is towards like Hacienda. Or no,
So you think they went left?
towards water treatment, Cruz de Vale. They might have left, I don't know.
You want to trade still?
Oh yeah, here you go. Now,
Guy out behind us! Guy behind us! Team out behind us! My mark! My mark! My mark!
Okay.
Downed one. He's almost dead behind that barrel. We gotta push that. We gotta push that.
Oh, they smoked it.
We gotta push it.
Coming. Try not to break my legs off the building. Here you go. Oh. I'm injured. I'm gonna heal up.
I'm gonna heal you up. Me too.
Okay.
Did they just flash you?
No, I'm good. I didn't get hit with it. They threw it at me though. Or at least I think they threw it where they thought we were.
Right.
Once we moved.
Interesting.
You still want to move on them, or?
I don't know right this second. I want to Feel him out for a bit here. We do got zone problems.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back out and circle around real quick, see if I get a different angle.
Okay. Should I follow or should I go the
Car?
other direction?
Car, go right towards them. That should change things, hopefully.
Unless they don't.
Oh, they're out here. They're out here. They're out here. They're out to the left still, by the fence. 335. 335. Right here. Downed one. He downed me. I need a pickup. I need a pickup. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. And pick.
Okay.
Quickly. Quickly. Quick. Pick. 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 Quick. 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 All right. As soon as you're done reviving me, run down to the building to the right.
To the right?
Don't stay here. Don't stay here. Go.
You coming?
Here comes the nades. Don't worry about me. Just go.
Sure?
Yes.
No.
Just go in the building and just watch up at me.
Oh, I was watching up top.
They should think we both left. They moved. Zone's moving. About to be.
Oop.
There's my flash. Oh, they're to the left. They're to the left. Up on a rock. Oh, shit. End of the right. End of the right. End of the right. They separated.
Are they on the,
Right to your right somewhere. And also straight in front of me.
Are they up on the thing?
He's right to the right. He's silenced. He's right in front of your building or something.
I don't see him. I heard it, but I don't see it.
Zone.
Yeah, you wanna make it over here?
Oh my! No, I'm dead. He's in the next building. He's right next to you.
Right next to me?
Right here. He's in this building. My mark.
Okay, I'm going. Or should I get you?
Or you can try to come back for me if you want.
I'll try.
The other guy's out here somewhere, so I don't see it happening.
Oh no. Weapon switch.
Don't worry about me. I'm dead. I'm dead.
I don't know if I even hit them. I tried to throw a smoke to get over, but they were already there.
Yeah.
Oh, I did 107 damage. But they didn't get knocked down, so that might have been over the entire span or something. I don't know what else I shot at, though. So how many games do you think you got in you?
I think I only have like maybe one more or so. Oh, Destin.
Hey, there it is.
I'm thinking about doing a couple laps quick with John right before the F1.
Like racing?
Race. Yeah. Would you race? Would you want to race?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't have to. Just asking, dog.
I don't know.
I'm just asking. Oh, you know what? No. No, yeah, I got one more in me quick because I want to go out and hit the hot tub because I already heated it up before I head over.
Okay.
So. Yeah, last one for me.
Take yourself a little breather.
Yeah. Just soak my balls for a little bit, you know. Do the Lord's work.
The what?
The Lord's work.
The Lords?
I don't know.
The Lords. What are you talking about? I don't. Do they?
Hmm?
Yeah. Do you have knowledge of you? You mentioned it. Don't you have knowledge of it, right?
Yeah,
The Lords.
I do the Lord's work sometimes.
You do the Lord's work. You kill people?
No, I fix ovens in homeless shelters.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not really the Lord's work. We charge them the same as anybody else.
Oh.
But yeah, I feel good about it. Oh yeah, I'm helping.
Here we go. Construction site. But oh, these houses again. I
Doing the
see.
Lord's work is getting you another GPU. That's doing the Lord's work, dog.
That's the Lord's work right there.
That's a example. A example.
An
Example A.
Example A.
Exhibit.
Exhibit A. Okay. Okay. I don't know. That might be too much of a technical term. I don't know.
There's a lot of people.
No. There's nobody here.
Damn it, we did a bad drop too.
I'm blind.
All right. It's our building though. It's our building. But every other building has people, so.
No.
What do you mean no?
There's nobody here. I don't see him.
They're not on us.
They're
in the next building.
This is our house. They'll
For right now, yes.
no. They'll respect our space and our living conditions.
Yeah.
Surely. Everything will be fine. This is a game about role playing and keeping the peace.
Yeah. They won't come in our house.
Of course. Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know. That would be so disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't break in.
So you reloading? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It was right
Below you.
Yeah, it was scary.
No scare.
So
I would never do that to you. Ooh,
You gonna try that?
I think so.
They're coming in the front door?
Front door.
Front area? Yeah.
They're shooting at me again, but they didn't hit me. That's me.
They're in the front door, one of them. There's one on the fence and one's downstairs.
Oh,
Are you
they're
okay?
up here. They're up here.
Where? Upstairs?
Yes, I marked them. I marked the room they went into. Ooh. They're coming for you. One came in through the front door. I'm dead. Downstairs, both, I think. Oh, I accidentally left the match. Uh-oh.
I killed them both?
And I accidentally left the match.
That sucks!
Am I able to spectate?
Can you come back in? No.
No, I can't. Accidentally left it, so.
Dude, I did the real cheeky move on him. I
Real
fucking
cheeky.
jumped outside and fucking went in the pool.
Oh,
And I ducked, and they were running around outside looking for me. And I just jumped up and killed them.
you did pull a cheeky move. It's too unfortunate that I did not see that.
Yeah.
I didn't witness it.
And you exited. I can't believe that.
Well, I didn't mean to. I'm like so used to just leaving matches when I die.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care to spectate the person who killed me. Only like times that are, I don't know, I think it's like intense or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I can see the moment that they did, but otherwise I just kind of leave matches if I'm playing solo.
Yeah.
I was predisposed to doing such actions.
I'm just attacking these people. Maybe I'll run one more quick.
Hey.
They're coming.
You just have to play in your hot tub.
Yeah.
Where's your waterproof keyboard and mouse?
I don't have enough fucking ammo for this. Mine is made of... I'm gonna be fucked here. I don't have 9mm.
Yeah, and unfortunately I wasn't carrying any on my body either.
Somebody's died from the red zone.
Well. Oh, they got bombed?
Ah! Buddy, yes! Yes. That was too sick.
Too cool. It's so unfortunate all these events are happening. And
I know, dude, I know.
I'm not even getting to witness them.
Ah.
I'm so sad.
I need to find 9mm, dude. This is horrible.
I'm so sad.
I'm gonna die if I don't find 9mm.
You're gonna die if you don't find 9mm.
Yeah, I have 3 bullets.
Oh. Are there people
gonna
near
do
you
here?
or something?
Ah, man, I almost need to change. I almost need to change guns, but I don't want to.
What gun do you have?
MP9.
Oh, okay. Too good. Can't lose it.
Need to find some. I need to find some. Any. Somebody's gotta have 9mm, dude. What the fuck?
So, I can't spectate.
I mean, you could.
I could. Oh, you can stream it on Discord and I could see
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
I'll just switch to that then. Oh yeah,
Work?
there we go. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I can see it.
I found 15 more bullets.
Bullets. There we go. Oh, I put it on stream, so now it's actually able to be seen. Since I can't watch from the game, so... Actually, you know, that's not actually, like, I think that's a good idea, because if I'm watching your screen, I can see, like, what you're seeing at the time you see it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going through Discord, so I can just look over to the right and I can see the enemies you're seeing. I don't even have to ask you to mark or anything. Ooh!
Yeah, it gets confusing though. We have to do that in Tarkov because there's no such thing as marking and
Yeah, no pinging.
Nothing. There's no map. There's nothing.
Not at
you
all.
know? No.
Oh. Okay.
There's no radar. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Well, yeah, I guess.
There's like no HUD. You know, like.
Yeah, I've played the game for like maybe 10 minutes or something. I don't own it though. So.
Yeah. My mill.
There you go.
See that fucking stock for Uzi. I got visitors. Ooh, they want to play. They want to play, brother.
They want to play. Oh no. Oh no.
Shit, that was fucked up.
What the heck? Oh, I know why it's doing this. I know why it's doing this. Because it's on my monitor all the way to the right, and it's a 900p monitor, so Discord is in 900p right now. And it's being streamed that way too. So
Gotcha.
there.
I'll do one more real quick.
Do one more. This time I won't leave the match.
Yeah, don't do that. They're even going to let us do a redo.
Oh, they gave us Dustin again?
Yep.
Hey. Are the lords working?
The Lord is at work.
We're allowed a second chance in this world. The question is, which one's working right now?
What do you mean?
You know, it could be Cthulhu, just using the dark powers. And we could, you know, get instant killed. But, you know, you can only hope. You can only hope it's not. Oh. I didn't make it. Oh, didn't make it. Oh, I'm trying to, like, get as much speed. Nope, I missed the jump. Oh. I could have just gone behind the building.
True.
Didn't see. Oh, here we go again. We are doing a redo.
Repeat.
Rewind.
Instant replay.
Yes. Rewind.
Here we go, boy.
On to house.
This one's for Fredbot.
For Fredbot. Fred Boat?
Fredboat. Yep.
Red boat bot. 1,
Fred
2.
Boatbot. People coming. People coming. People coming.
Yep.
Front door. Front door. Go
Yep.
upstairs. Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Yeah,
Go
I didn't
upstairs if
drop.
you can.
I didn't drop upstairs. I'm going upstairs though.
Ah! Fuck!
I'm not going upstairs though. I told you. I told you. It could have been Cthulhu. Running away. Wait, but if they're waiting for me, I'm gonna try to pick up a gun and get them. Unless they chased me, but I don't know. Oh. I'm going back. I don't care. I'm going to get him. I'm going. Straight
You
in.
don't even have a helmet on.
I don't care. Who needs a helmet? I'm not riding a bike. Oh. I hit him a couple times at least.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw blood. I saw red! Another one?
I'm gonna have to quick, I guess, because that didn't count.
That didn't count. Well, it happened, but you don't want to count that one. Yeah, see, I did 26. Like, maybe. Maybe I got a shot in there. Somewhere. I just saw a person, so I held down mouse as soon as I saw them on my screen. Didn't matter if they were in my crosshair or not, I was shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get a redo or no?
No.
Uh,
We get to go to Palace and die at Palace. A graceful death.
oh, oh yeah.
Gracefully.
A grace. An honorable death.
Yeah. It's where we were meant to die.
Yeah, this is where we end this struggle.
For real. It was fun playing squad so quick. Even though it's like, it's just fucking around. Like, we're never going to win one like that. But.
I don't know. I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got this.
Lee's good, though. Lee's good. Nick used to be really good. He just hasn't played in a long time. But Lee's done good. Like, me and him, like, we win, a lot. Not a lot, but... He's about as good as me, so...
And you're all pro.
Yeah. Not today, ain't.
No. That's nonsense. You're always a pro.
True.
You got your gamer license.
My gamer license.
Yeah, it hasn't been revoked. You got your gamer license.
Sure.
Okay.
Look at the amount of people coming here.
Should I just land on
look
yours?
around. Yeah. Go by my mark for sure. Look at the amount of people.
Yeah, there's at least 2.
8 people.
One dropping on yours. I think I'm gonna die. They are reloading and my character got stuck on trying to get up.
Fuck!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. You wanna do another
graceful?
You wanna do another one?
God damn it. I just want to be able to get a gun and load it. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not allowed to touch the ground. If you touch the ground, you're already losing.
Shit.
The floor is lava, and the lava shoots back. Oh! I mean, we're getting games in less than a second, so
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
You ever been to Hacienda?
Maybe once.
It's the hottest spot in this game. Usually. But it's kind of far, so I'm not sure, but...
Is that an invitation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe we should start on this end. We should make a plan here. So this building here, it's just one level. There's maybe 3 rooms.
Okay.
And then there's a hallway down to this side of the building. This is like a double-decker.
Okay.
But if we hit these rooms first, clear them, if we get over here, there's a possibility there's a gold car there we can take.
Hmm. Possibility.
That's our mission. Clear this. Get out here.
Clear.
Get gold car.
Clear, shoot our way through and get the car.
Right.
Okay.
That's our plan.
I gotcha. Now let's try to, let's try to accomplish that plan.
Mm-hmm. Dropping.
Yep.
It's a far jump. Nobody really buy us.
It might be far enough out of line. But
We might be good.
We'll see.
Oh, there's still people, but only one team? Wow. Okay.
They might be turning away though, actually.
No, they're not.
One, no, okay, I see him.
The gold car is there?
It is in the building.
Yes.
I don't know.
Did you just...
Did I pick up the gun?
No, you didn't.
Oh, I picked up a can. Okay, we're good. I didn't steal it from you.
What did you just do? You're good.
I got a mortar. I don't have a gun though. Oh, now I do.
Or we just want to go for
the shoot? For the pew pew?
They're close.
I got a quick draw, but I don't have an extended, and I have a VSS. Are they shooting at you?
No, that's a fake grenade thing.
Oh, decoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to go for the gold car. Are you ready to roll?
Coming.
I mean, I can pick you up outside the zone if I can make it.
Here, I'm coming outside.
Yeah, careful,
Hello.
careful. I'm just trying to get for that car. That's my mission. If I can successfully do it.
How fast does it go?
I don't know, pretty fast.
Pretty quick.
It's the only gold car in the game. You ready, dog?
Look out, it's got magical powers. I'm going. Oh, it's got a door. Oh,
They're upstairs,
gotta watch behind.
Ready? Get in the passenger seat, get in the passenger seat. Go, go,
Okay.
go, go!
Go. Drive. I don't think they saw us.
Yeah, boy!
Oh, now they do. Now they do.
Ha!
We stole the car before they could.
We did.
We're the best bandits.
Get some loot real quick. I'll go park it over here.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Oh, somebody else parachuting at us.
Can't let the car get shot. Shoot through the windows.
Where are they?
Oh, there's a car 98 here.
Ooh! Ooh!
Ooh! That activated you.
Where are they?
I don't know. Oh, there we go. Now I got an extended.
Oh, I see him. I see him. Over here, I think. I think I just saw him.
There's a 6 times in here.
I'll take it.
I marked
You don't
it.
need it.
I only have the VSS. Oh, I have mortar. Should I use that? Can I use that? Let me.
You can use it, but you have to take up a slot.
Well, I had it from before. I'm operating it. Look out. I hit it.
Wait. Wait. Let me at least mark people and like actually try to get them. You know, and I'll give you distances and stuff. Like, don't just shoot it.
Hey, why?
Hold on. Let me get you a distance.
What's your
Yeah,
measurement?
there was people over there. Okay, right there. Okay, let me chill. Okay, point at that spot that I'm showing you, and do 300 meters.
300? Shooting.
Just shoot one for now. I'll tell you if it's close.
How is it?
Looking.
Is it hitting? Oh, it's going
Okay,
down.
come pull it back a little bit, like 250,
250.
and go a little bit to the right.
Okay.
How many bullets you got?
1.
Oh,
I just shot one.
that's all you got?
Yeah, I tried to pick them all up, but I missed one.
Ooh, that's a nice shot.
Oh, okay.
It scared him.
Should I keep doing it?
Oh, you have more?
I have one more.
Oh, you have one more? Hold on. Hold on. Let me look for him. Keep your sight on there for now. I'll tell you where to go.
Okay.
You can go in between, right? You can do like 275.
275.
Yeah. Do 290, a little bit to the left, and shoot. Just a tiny bit to the left. This house.
Oh, wow. That mark is perfectly where I was aiming. Let's go.
Ah, not far enough. That was 290?
Oh.
You forgot to put the fucking shit up.
No, you said 290. I thought you were talking about the compass.
No, I meant the distance.
Yeah. I didn't know.
That's
That's all I had. If there's more mortars, we can keep
I
shooting, though.
gotcha. Okay.
I only had one more left. That was my last. Now I can actually pick up a different gun, though. That's me.
Let's just go after these people.
Let's go get
Let's
'em.
go.
Let's just go get them.
We got the gold car. We're invincible.
It's got magical powers. I was gonna say it earlier, but now I'm really believing. Now I really believe this
What
thing.
gun are you able to shoot out of this thing with?
Both.
Well,
The mini and the VSS.
you have a horrible setup. What are you doing? Oh my God, we're dead.
It's all I have.
Oh my God.
It's all I had. I don't really have any other weapons. We're dead. I got VSS with extended mag, so at least I have 22 bullets and rapid fire.
See him?
No.
Then we gotta be ahead of him still, right?
Unless they... I don't know if they would have came out here yet. Oh, I'm gonna delete my mark. Anything?
No.
Watching the second story window. On the left.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
From over there, I think over there.
Keep backing up. Keep backing up. Keep backing up.
Yep.
Stay. Stay.
Okay.
You're too dead. Do you have healths?
Energy drink. Just gonna follow you.
I'm gonna give you bandies, okay?
Okay.
Dropping.
Thank you.
Guys.
I think I marked the
Martyrs coming?
buildings. Where from?
Right to my right. Close.
They threw a grenade at me. That literally landed right on me. Where
There's
are
another
they?
car coming in. Go to the car coming in. Just come pick me up.
I think they're...
Don't look to your right. Don't look to your right. They're right there. They're right there. Pick up.
I heard them.
Oh, fuck, dude. Damn, we almost got saved by a fucking third party.
Oh.
Alright, I'm done.
You're
Gotta be
done.
done. Yeah.
You're done, okay.
I don't want to be, but gotta be. I gotta go out and get in the hot tub. Do the Lord's work. Hey.
Do the Lord's work and heat up your balls.
Oh, yeah, that's the plan, dude.
That's your words from earlier, so...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, peace.
Yep, see you later.
Go pick up this card. I'll send you pictures.
Oh, okay.
Nice 3-fanner.
3-fan.
3-fan. Alright, peace.
See you later. I think I'm gonna keep streaming this, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna be solo, so... I don't know. If I keep playing, I'll be solo. Kinda debating it. Kinda still debating it. I could switch back to, Fallout 4 again. But I don't know if I should... I don't know if I want to do that or not. You know, I'll play one solo and see if I get a game, if I'm getting games like just gotta get some like waiting room music or something. Past the estimated time. Yeah. 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 I don't know. It's been like a few days though since I've streamed something, so I don't know if I really wanna end right now. Like I kinda do wanna keep going for a little bit longer, but I really don't know what I would wanna play. I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna see. What what what's going on right now? Okay. mm, 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 mm. No waiting room music because I don't have any to play. If I played some music that I like to listen to, it might be copyright and it might get taken down to. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm just looking at the categories right now on Twitch and it's like uh just just I think I'm really considering. I'm really considering. I could try I could try playing Black Ops 3. The last time I tried playing it though, like that was before I got another motherboard and the trouble I was having with it is the game would just kind of like drop below even 30 frames per second. So, um switch my switch my category. Gotta copy the title so I have it for later. It's too good of a title not to keep. If only it wasn't at the character limit for titles, or else I would just use it again. Except I'll put at the end. That'd make it quite good. What Apex Legends as there's mobile Apex Legends? There is. Uh, uh okay. Does that work with like can you play with people? If you can play with people on PC, that would be pretty slick or slick. Pretty sick, but okay. Well, I didn't know that existed. Just looking at the categories right now, and I don't like I have some of these games, but SCP Containment Breach. Been a while. Could I could start a new Vegas playthrough, like a new one, because I already have one going on right now, and I haven't ended the game yet. I do have the DLCs as well, so I could play through all of that, but I don't know. I think that'll be it for now. That'll be it for now. I think I'm gonna call it here because I might just stream tomorrow or something or whatever. Depends though what's going on. But anyway, you you stuck around to watch this. Well, thank you for the time, I guess. Just been, searching for games and stuff and whatnot to play, and pretty much Fallout 4 is my one game that I thought, oh, TF2. I could do some TF2 or something maybe at some point. Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I'm probably done for now. But anyway. Good, 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 good. Goodbye.